Hi, I'm Eric Barger, and welcome to my home gym. Today, I'm going to go over a general warm-up. Today's workout is going to be a pull-focused workout with an emphasis on the deadlift. So I'm going to cover a general warm-up over the whole body, and then a few warm-ups specific for pulling exercises. Additionally, I'm going to cover a few other warm-ups and stretches that you're going to cover some problem areas I have, most notably a shoulder replacement, chronic lower back pain, and a knee pain from a high tibial osteotomy and a knee reconstruction. So these are going to be three areas that you're going to see most people in the military, particularly EOD or security forces, most operator type people. So I'm gonna already started with a 200 meter run out with a 200 meter backwards jog back and some high skips. So I'm gonna go into some of the warm up and stretches. I'm gonna do some 10 ankle rocks. Roll back onto the heels and then up onto the toes. We're going to do that 10 times. That's just get some ankle mobility going. Has to be very stiff, especially when you're wanting to get down into going to improve mobility. It's going to be a problem most people see with deadlift squats and getting deep down into squatting and hinging type motions. Next, we're going to do some high knees, pulling the knee into the chest. We're going to do that 5 on each side. When you pull your knee to the chest, make sure you point your toes up. You want them to be in dorsiflexion. And also, on the leg that you're standing on, you want to come up onto your toes, so almost like a sprint position. So we're trying to drive that. We're not doing any sprints today, but just drive that proper form when doing sprints, just like any other exercise. You want to drill that form down so that way you do it correctly. So. Now you're going to do the same thing. You're going to come up, but you're going to grab your ankle. You're going to pull that up, and then you're going to push your knee down. You want to try to start opening up, kind of stretch that hip pocket. But also on that leg you're standing on, you also want to come up onto your toe at the same time. Now you're going to want to do a couple of lunges. You want to get into some called the ATG lunge. So you want to try to get as deep in there as you possibly can. Just get some more blood flowing, get the legs warmed up, get your quads, your hamstrings warmed up. These are very large muscle groups. So it takes a little bit more to get blood flowing, get those warmed up. Next, we're going to use this bench here, and we are going to stretch those hip flexors that get really tight. Said for most people in the military, law enforcement, stuff like that, there is a large amount of time spent sitting at your desk before you actually have to do some work. So that tightens up those hip flexors. It can cause some anterior pelvic tilt, and that leads to some back pain. So we're going to stretch those hip flexors. We're going to use this bench here. We're going to stretch on each side. So put the right knee on the bench, left leg slightly forward, and what you're going to do is you're going to feel like you're pushing your butt down and raising your hip up. I'm going to put my hands behind my back and just feel that stretch for about 10. Hands overhead, keep on with your butt down and hip up, and then put a slight lean to your side for a 10 count. Do again with the hands behind the back. Hands overhead and lean. Now the other side. Butt down, hip back. Lean to the right. Again, hands behind the back. Lean to the right. Now, I'm going to stretch along the IT band, using the bench again. Oh, can't really see it, but with your leg on the bench, this time I'm using my right leg. I'm going to put the knee down on the bench and lean into it. 10 count. Relax. Lean into it again. Switch. Should be feeling that along the outside of your leg and into your butt. Relax, stretch. We're going to focus on a little hip mobility, ankle mobility, and some adductor. So going to drop down into a deep squat as far as you can, and then with your knees slightly out of shoulder width, and then you're going to push your elbows out against your knees while pushing in with your knees. Relax, and now drop down for another 10 count. Now we're going to do a over-under. So we're going to do a 10 count of stepping over the band, then stepping back, and then under the band, and then stepping back. want that band to be just about hip height. Next, we're going to be doing some band pull-aparts. So you're going to take a band slightly out in front of you, and you're going to pull it back, thumbs together, and as you pull it down and back, you turn your thumbs out. You want to try to squeeze your scapula back and down when you do that. This is to help activate your scapula for the pulling. Next, we're going to do some face pulls. This will help to activate and warm up your upper back or your rhomboids and trapezius. You're going to, once again, with the pull the band, but you're going to, like I said, with the face pull, you want to target it right towards your nose. Now we're going to want to do the step over and under again, this time starting with the left side. Once again with the band pull aparts. And with the face pulls. Now just some shoulder mobility. I'm going to come over like you're doing the crawl or front stroke 5 times. Backwards. And then across the front of your body. Reverse that. Then behind your body, you're going to go one direction. stirring, and the opposite direction. Your other arm. Reverse. Across the front of your body. Reverse. And behind the body. And since I have a shoulder replacement and I don't have a full range of motion, I'm going to stretch this out, pressing down, but you don't press too hard. This just as far as you can go without pain. And relax. And again. That is my general warm-up. Hope this helps.